generations go by.
The last couple of years I've been to Nicaragua twice, and one of the basic necessities that we saw that people had was shoes. What I experienced was these kids walking around in medical waste, broken glass, needles, dead carcasses, metal. There was just all kinds of things.
I remember your face. I should have listened to.
How in the world are these kids, walking around in this stuff with no shoes on? When I see these little kids that are 2 years old or 5 years old or 7 years old, I see my little girls, running through trash with no shoes, and it kills me. We started thinking there's got to be a way that we can get these kids some shoes. We went back to Sarasota, Florida, and we typed up a couple of letters, and then we went to the Surf Expo in Orlando, and we just presented it to a couple of different sandal companies. The next thing we know, Cobian in San Diego had sent us an email that they were going to send us over 3,000 pair of sandals. I can't tell you how happy and excited I was to see these shoes and sandals.
My name is Will Tant. I'm a professional surfer. One of my main sponsors is Cobian Sandals, and as a surfer, we're constantly on the hunt for waves, the perfect waves, but really uncrowded waves. So we have a sense to come across situations, humanitarian situations, because we go so far out into the world, away from populations looking for surf. We come across opportunities to help. First time I went into La Chureca, my heart was broken. It is unlike any environment I've ever walked into. It's unbelievable that families live there, that kids run around in the landfill.
One of the guys that we were talking to was Will Tant, and he asked me, hey, have you ever heard of La Chureca in Nicaragua? And I started laughing. I was like, yeah, actually we just got back from there just a few months ago. And he said, hey, I think that would be a perfect spot for us to do the first shoe drop. One of the things that we don't want to do is we don't want to just show up somewhere and just dump a whole bunch of shoes, because you could give a kid a pair of shoes or a pair of sandals, and the next day they would show up and be back in the same old pair of shoes that they were wearing that were just completely shredded and tore up, or barefoot again. And then you would see the father behind them either drunk or high on glue or something like that. So we don't want the shoes to become something like a black market currency.
We're going through the leaders of these organizations that have relationships with the parents and with the kids who receive the shoes. So we're going to help hand out the shoes here and there, but mainly the kids are going to realize that the organizations that they already have a relationship with, the people that are leading those organizations, are the ones that are going to hand out the shoes ultimately.
Some of these kids, this was the first time that they've ever put a brand new pair of shoes on their feet. And some of them we actually had to show them, we had to show some of the younger kids how to put the sandals on, because they didn't even know how to put them on. And then once they got them on, you could see them start to walk around, and they're tripping over them a little bit because they don't know exactly how to walk with the shoes on.
Kids need shoes, they need sandals. There is such a great need. A lot of the diseases are preventable that these kids ultimately get because they don't have shoes on.
Well, there's over 6 billion people in the world, and so the issue is bigger than obviously just Nicaragua. It's worldwide. I mean, there's literally millions and millions of people in the world that don't have any shoes at all.
Please, please, please get involved. I know that Cobian and Beautiful Feet have partnered, and they're going to be doing all the things that they can to help kids have sandals on their feet. But we definitely ask that you get involved too. There's a lot of need out there, and Cobian and Beautiful Feet will need your support in meeting that need.
Why'd you throw a hand in my direction? it back and you were